assess where guys are mentally?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the vibe right now in the building is guys are just ready to get back to work. You know what I mean? I would say that the energy here is good. Obviously, it's not exactly happy vibes walking around the building, but guys have that look in their eye to get back in the win column this weekend.
Is there an optimism about these guys that can go out and get a win?
Yes, there is. I know we have some guys that are nicked and bruised, but we have a lot of guys who are hungry to step up to get the job done.
And 49ers coming in, obviously they're 6-4, another divisional game, back-to-back for you guys. How tough is this one going to be Sunday?
I think this is an awesome opportunity. It's exciting to be able to have them in the building, and you know they're a team that we respect, and they're a team that we're going to prepare for the right way.
Have you ever been around a team that's been snake bitten with injuries like this team has?
I would say this is probably the first year that I've been I guess in this kind of environment where it's a lot of guys going down. But I would say it's very commendable how I would say the guys that we have in the locker room, the mentality they have to step up. I would say that there's not anybody in the locker room that's kind of I guess that feels uneasy about somebody coming to assume their role. I mean, everybody has the same level of confidence that we've had at the beginning of the season when we had the full roster. So, I mean, we're still ready to go.
There's 4 of those guys that are captains that are down right now. Do you feel like you have to assume some of that as a guy who I know views himself as a captain to begin with?
Right. I mean, I know we have the captains that we selected, but I feel like this team has a lot more captains that don't wear the patch. So I know that the same guys who've been leading since week 1 that don't wear the patch are the same guys who are going to step up. I feel like something that's important is that in each room that we set the standard for what a Cardinal is in each room. And even the guys that haven't played this season that are now playing, that they now know that it's now their job to carry on the standard of the room, that there shouldn't be a drop-off just because you weren't voted to wear that patch,
Is the O-line feeling pressure at all this season with sacks, with lack of running game like you've had in the past? What's the feeling like among offensive linemen?
So we're not thinking about the pass right now. Right now, we're trying to control what we can control right now. It's controlling the Wednesday, having an awesome day right now on the grass. That's all we can control because I can't go back and start to meditate on the pass and eliminate plays with my mind. If I did, I would have did that last night on behalf of the O-line. But right now we're focused on how can we grow to move forward because we still have a lot of ball left. And we want to take that mentality into the 49ers.
But you got to learn from that past stuff too, right? You got to watch the film. And
Yes.
Are you seeing things that you guys haven't done in the past that are happening this year? Things that are coming up that are new to the offensive line?
Again, I think just us being able to be a star in our role, as what JG says, to be a star in our role. It's my job to be the star guy, and my role is the same job for Evan, for Jonah, for Beach, for whoever is on the field to be a star in their role, in their assignment. And once we're able to do that each and every play, then I believe that we'll be able to show you guys the product that we have here, in completion. Not just for the first quarter, not just for the second quarter, but for a full game is what we're continuing to work towards.
Paris, forgive me for going to the past. The Monday night game, you told Trey to give you the ball when he was going to score, I think before the play was even called.
Yeah.
Do you have an inkling that was coming or what?
I kind of had a feeling, I had a feeling. We had the penalty called, so we started to back up, and Trey was mad, felt like the call was not real. He does not like to be called for anything, which I understand. I wouldn't either. But again, just going up to him, I'm like, hey, it's just more space for us to do your thing, so, they can't cover you when there's more space. And I was like, all right, as soon as you score, I need the ball. And then I'm like, and I'll act like it didn't happen. I'll act like this didn't happen. Then the very next play, I was screaming. I look over and I see him when I started running. I was hyped because I was hopefully remembered. I just told him to give me the ball. So I was hyped, and I was just making sure I didn't drop it when he threw it to me so I could spike it. But no, it was kind of cool to be able to call it. It was cool to call it out right before it happened.
Trey doing his thing, how do you describe what that is on a weekly basis?
Oh, it's exciting. There's not a lot of guys that play his position that play it like a true receiver one. And I think he's such an awesome threat to have on the field, not only in the passing game, but also in the running game. He's been throwing his head into a lot of plays that get started point of attack for us, which is awesome to see him grow, not only on the field, but off the field as a leader, I think he does a tremendous job in his locker room.
When he, as you said, throws his head into things, he does what he does as a run blocker, does that open things up in the passing game for him?
Oh, totally. I mean, you see Trey on the field, you would probably expect that he's only out there to catch a pass. So when you see him able to get in that low stance that he's in, and he's able to throw his head in the run game out of it, it keeps defense honest. So I think him doing his part, I think that does start to open up our offense.
Is that like the worst stance you've seen in football?
Oh, no, I would not say the word. I tell him it's like a Spider-Man stance, how he almost does it, because he gets down so low. But he tells me it's one of the best stances in football because it's one of the highest paid stances in football, and that I cannot argue. So therefore, it is one of the best tight end stances in the National Football League. But it does kind of remind me of a Spider-Man pose. But he gets it done.
So you have had conversations about that stance?
Oh, yeah, we always try to copy his stance sometimes. But I was like, you know what? You do a lot out of it. Do not change it. We love it, actually. So.
How's the attitude, I guess, right now coming off that loss and where you guys are sitting record-wise? How's the attitude with this team?
I mean, obviously it sucks to lose to Seattle, a divisional opponent, but I think guys are eager, excited. Obviously we got banged up a little bit last game, so there's going to be some new people in there, and I think that's just a great opportunity for those guys to step up and show everybody what they can do. But I think the morale's great. Guys are excited. Guys are happy to be at work, and I'm excited for that to continue.
Do you feel like this team snake bit a little bit with all the injuries and stuff going on?
I mean, just it's part of the game, every year dealing with different things, different people, but really is part of it. And obviously some key players, that's what's a bummer. But like I said, next man up, there'll be a lot of new faces in there, and I'm excited to see what those guys can do.
You said you're trying not to hurdle as much. Is it okay when it's to convert a 4th and 11?
I didn't plan on doing that at all. Didn't want to, but like you said, 4th down, got to have it. Saw how close I was to those chains, and I didn't want to lower my shoulder and go through them. I figured I'd go up and over them, and it worked out this time. So.
It work out every time, doesn't it?
Not every time, but this time it did.
How do you describe your stance on the line?
My stance. It's not I don't know. It's low. It's not the ideal tight end stance, I guess, but I found some success in it, and it's been working for me. So.
Paris called it the Spider-Man stance.
Yeah, they do give me a hard time. They say Spider-Man. They always make fun of me. They don't know where I'm at. They can't see if I'm there to my. But it's something that I know I'm working on, trying to get my butt up in my stance. But sometimes I lower down there and I'm low to the ground. So it's good for me.
Paris said it's a very highly paid stance. So it's not gonna argue.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's working in the red zone here this last month or so?
I don't know. Really, I feel like I'm doing the same thing. I'm just trying to get open, and Jacoby's done a good job of giving me the ball and giving me chances. And I haven't made all the ones that I should have, but I've felt like I've made a lot. And hopefully he keeps coming to me in the red zone, and hopefully I can keep scoring for us.
There's a stat where there's only like 2 other players who are getting more double coverage than you. Does it feel like that?
Yeah, it feels like that out there for sure, but it's part of it. I feel, I understand why they do it, and kind of makes it more rewarding and things like that. When I do catch the ball, it's not as easy as it should be, but when I do catch the ball, it's very rewarding, and that's why I celebrate the way I do every time I catch the ball.
Did you remember that Paris asked you for the football in that moment?
I did, yeah. It was actually just the play before he'd mentioned that, so normally I wouldn't remember that, but it happened to be the play before he had mentioned that, and I was so quick to find him. I never seen him run so fast in my life. He was more excited to get that football than he was to do anything else. So that was cool. It's always fun to celebrate with the big guys. They work so hard. So just to give them that moment to spike the ball, to have that moment, I thought that was cool.
I know it's not quite the same room, but you're very close to the receivers. Michael Wilson's had 4 good games in a row now. What does he do that makes him effective?
I think Mike's just a true pro. He's a guy who does everything the right way. He's works really hard, and he's very disciplined. And I think he's one of those guys who does, like I said, does everything the right way, and hasn't got as much opportunity, but now the last few weeks he has, and it's really cool to see, because a guy who works so hard, he does, like I said, everything the right way. So to see him get rewarded with some catches, some big plays, it's very cool.
Trey, I know getting a win is important every week, but how much more important is that this week? Just about.
They're all important, but this is obviously a divisional game, a rival game, and a team that beat us on the last-second field goal last time. So obviously there's some bad blood. There's obviously we want to get our lick back, and this is an important game for us, this organization, and we got to get back on the right track against a good 49ers team.
You guys have high intensity, and defenses already know to target you and give you attention, but when the wide receivers room is as banged up as they already are, do you go into this game knowing, okay, I really have to ball out?
No, I don't think about that at all. I just think about doing my job the highest way I can, and I don't know how the game plan is going to go. I do know we're down some receivers, so yeah, I do got to step up, but I don't think about that at all. I just think about doing my job, catching the ball when it's thrown to me, and going from there.
Is there a different art to getting open against a double team compared to regular coverage?
You just got to beat two guys instead of one. So, no, it just makes it a little more fun. Trying to figure out coverages, what the coverage is. Are they doubling me? Whatever it is. But I run the route and, try to get open. And Drew and Jacoby, they've done a good job of making sure I get open and finding different ways to get me open. And it's been a lot of fun.
Jacoby said that for some reason a lot of his good football friends are tight ends. What makes tight ends so damn fun to be around?
I don't know. I think just, big targets. We kind of do it all, and try to eat lunch and breakfast with him as much as I can. Put in his ear that he can throw me the ball, whatever it is. But Jacoby's a great dude. He does. He's a true pro, and we found a little bit of success, and hopefully we can continue that this week.
Does anything change for you stepping into the wide receiver one role? I know probably different routes, but other than that, does anything change?
I think maybe the only change is maybe there's a little bit more anticipation of getting the rock a little bit more and knowing the ball is going to be coming my way just because I'm going to be the first read in a lot of plays. But in terms of the way I play the game, I don't think it changes. My job description is still the same. It's to run fast, block, get open, catch the football, and be a good teammate. And so, not much really changes.
When you know you're going to be getting the rock, does that increase your excitement? Do you have to do anything different in your prep during the week, or is it just I know this, but it doesn't actually impact anything?
No, I don't think it changes because I think I already prepare something could happen to Marv on any given Sunday, and I feel like I'm the next guy that would step in his shoes, and so nothing really changes because I could be in this role not expecting to, but he could, get a concussion, and now I'm the one read, so I don't think it's going to change anything for me, for my preparation.
There's been countless. Go ahead. Okay, I was going to say there's been countless stories throughout NFL history of guys just needing an opportunity.
For sure.
What can you say about a guy like Weaver and Bocelli that have been biding their time to maybe finally get a shot like that? Yeah,
it's a once in a lifetime, opportunity to get a chance to start a game for Weave and Andre's undrafted guys. I got a couple friends that didn't make the NFL that they would kill to get an opportunity to start in an NFL game. So I think those guys know the importance of Sunday. They know the importance of, what this can do for their family, for their legacy, for their, it's just a big op. If you get a chance to start in any NFL game, like I said, there's a million guys. I was once one of those guys in college. If I could just get an opportunity to play in the NFL and showcase my talent, that's all I need. And so I know they have the same mindset.
This is maybe the first time since you've been here that you're going into a week as the true, maybe your rookie year, any games?
Yeah.
You're going in as a true wide receiver.
Right.
One. I know you never want a teammate to get hurt, especially something like this, but are you excited to have that opportunity for yourself?
Most definitely, yeah. I'm definitely excited. Obviously, am heartbroken for Marvin and, unfortunate situation and, just sucks for the timing. But, next man's up and, it kind of is my first time in my career, and so, this is what I trained for throughout the offseason, all the reps in camp, so I feel like I'm beyond prepared.
A win is what you guys try to do every Sunday, but how much more important is getting a win this Sunday against the Niners?
Yeah, it's I would say it's just like any week, it's important, but divisional game, obviously, coming off that bad loss last week, it's important to get right back on track.
What do you know you're going to get from a Robert Saleh defense and the 49ers the second time around you've seen them this year?
Yeah, we talk about motor play and, playing with motor and violence in our locker room, and I think that defense does a good job of playing hard and playing fast, playing physical, playing together. So it's just going to be a dogfight.